I feel like every video I watch, people are saying 2023 is the best year for video games.
Is 2023 the best year for games ever?
2023 has been an incredible year for video games.
This year's just been packed to the brim with games.
2023 is possibly the best year for video games ever.
We'll retweet in response to Amazon Luna. But if you want to experience all the year has to offer, you have to shell out a freaking mortgage on your house. And let me show you, because you got games like Spider-Man 2. You want to play that, you gotta have a PS5 and you gotta have $70. Other games too, like Game of the Year, Baldur's Gate 3, you gotta have $70 for that. And Nintendo's like, yeah, I'll be an asshole too, and I'll charge $70 for Breath of the Wild 2 for no reason. I mean, even if I were to buy every game, you still have to dedicate like 100 hours to these things. So instead, I spent a lot of the year going back to my backlog, playing some old games, ones that don't cost an arm and a leg. And I think I was able to make a pretty diverse and interesting list for the year. Starting with, of course, you open up Kingdom Hearts and it starts off with a booming orchestra playing one of the best songs you've ever heard. It really makes you feel like you're in a Disney movie. And then you play the game. Gameplay in this game really just boils down to just mashing X for every single encounter, and not to mention Donald and Goofy die within like seconds of every single like big boss fight. Stock up on healing for yourself and just be prepared to look at that in your corner. But other than that, I can kind of see how everyone like loves this game. The charm in it is just so enchanting. It had me feeling nostalgic for a game I've never touched before. And even though Kingdom Hearts' overall narrative is just extremely convoluted and annoying, the best part about the first game is you don't have to deal with that. So I guess overall, I give Kingdom Hearts a Mickey Mouse out of 10. I replayed New Super Mario Bros. Wii, a game I haven't touched since I was like, I don't know, 10. It's really interesting to go back to this game because I started playing it before they announced Mario Wonder, and comparing the two, like, it's night and day. Mario Wonder, it's new, it celebrates its creativity. There's so many, like, cool, awesome ideas going on every level. New Super Mario Bros., it's like white bread. It's fun to go back for the nostalgia, but if I'm being honest, the only things I really remember from this game are like the Star World, like the really hard levels. Even games like Kingdom Hearts, which I like this game a lot more because I'd rather go back to it, but Kingdom Hearts is just so wacky and goofy and creative. But if I'm being honest, I'd rather go back and play this game any day of the week over Kingdom Hearts. So I'd say it's a pretty comfortable, it's like a 7. Alright, now we're getting to like the good stuff. The jump in quality from that game to this game is insane, honestly. Persona 5 Tactica, it's like the Mario and Rabbitification. There's maybe like 5 people who get what I'm saying. It's the Mario and Rabbitification of Persona 5. Not also in a gameplay sense, but also because nobody asked for it, but then you actually play it and you're like, oh yeah, that's pretty good. What really makes Persona 5 Tactica shine is just its tight gameplay. It takes the one more and the all-out attack system from the regular Persona games and incorporates it into a strategy RPG formula. So for someone that doesn't know anything about this game, like what does that mean? It means you gotta knock enemies out of cover, hit their weak points, and then do simple geometry. This is the core gameplay loop, and then when you add in how each Phantom Thief has their own specific Persona abilities, mixed in with really tight level design, it all just ends up being really, really fun. And arguably the best aspect of Persona 5 is the soundtrack, and the soundtrack in this game is so good, oh my god. And then what elevates this game upon every single other strategy RPG is its story. The game doesn't even revolve around the Phantom Thieves or the new Atlas girl on the cover. It revolves around this guy Toshiro, who's just some lame dude in a suit, and he's so awesome. He's the best character in the whole freaking game. Helping him ignite the revolution in his heart is just beautiful. And the story doesn't overstay its welcome either. This is one of the few games that I actually like platinum this year and got all the trophies for, and it was really fun. So if you like Persona 5 or just Persona in general, you should play this game. It's really good. This game gets one big fat Toshiro out of 10. Comparatively to all the games that came out this year, Super Mario RPG, it's a lot smaller than all of them, but that's of course to its benefit. Not everyone has time for a 10 million hour RPG, so being able to finish this one in only 12 hours is actually really nice. Throughout that entire 12-hour journey, you're getting new characters, new music, new setting, new skills. All that to pretty much say it's keeping you thoroughly engaged the entire time. The main appeal of this remake though is the graphics. I mean, just look at it. I mean, it takes this massive hunk of man meat to barely run 30 FPS Spider-Man 2. But it only takes this guy what? Hi. When it only takes this guy to pump out these pretty visuals. And that's a 7-year-old system. Like, that's just magic. Being a remake of an SNES game, this game holds up extremely well. For how faithful the remake is, it's incredible. And overall, this game is just so much fun, like start to finish. It's really cute, and I recommend it. It gets like 7 stars out of 10, but that's not a 7 out of 10. It's better.
Pizza time.
When I saw Spider-Man 2 was gonna be $70, I said no. But luckily my friend also wanted to play it, so I only spent $37 on this game. That's a steal. And as for the game itself, like, this is good. It's really good, and it's really big. But Spider-Man 2, it's got a lot of high highs, like I'm talking craziest boss fights you've ever seen, the craziest sequences, but at the same time it suffers from a lot of like low lows, which makes the game just a slog to sit through sometimes. These come in the way of those boring like Bumblebee drone missions, and MJ missions are still just not fun. Real quality though from this game comes from the main missions and the story. Craven is fantastic, Mr. Negative is really good, Miles is great, like all the characters, they're really good. And having this strong central cast of characters is why the story works so effective. But the story's not what's holding this game back, it's the gameplay. There's never a moment in this game where I wanted to use stealth. You don't have to. You're so strong, and it's just more fun to mow down people with your spider arms or your venom abilities that there's no point to ever use stealth. And something I really liked about Miles Morales was that stealth was a really viable option for a lot of enemy encounters. Now that the story is also dealing with Venom, it also means that it's a lot more supernatural. It's not as grounded as the first game. It doesn't have that emotional tie that the first one has. There's a lot of moments in this game where you'll be pointing at your screen going like, oh dude, that's so awesome, but you won't be shedding a tear like the last one. Even though I have all these complaints with the game, it's because it's so massive and it bites off so much and accomplishes a lot too. The game is still good enough where I'm going to sit through and I'm going to platinum it because the trophies are actually really fun in this game. Well, most of them. Overall, I really enjoyed my time playing, and it really justifies buying a PS5. And also, Spider-Man is just awesome and cool. So Spider-Man 2 on PS5, it's really good. I'd give it 2 Spider-Man out of 10. For as long as I've been, a gamer, and this is dating back like 8 years ago, Pikmin 4 has been rumored to be close to completion. But for 8 years, nothing's ever come of it. So to actually hold this product in my hand, it just doesn't feel real. And then on top of that, for the product to also be one of the best games I've ever played, even more unreal. I think why I love Pikmin is because it's so simple and so complex. The premise is that you're a captain and you have a dog, and you also have 100 Pikmin, collect things and go. The simple joy of Pikmin comes from running around the large maps and collecting any shiny treasures that you see and killing a lot of enemies. And the enemies in this game are brutal. Your Pikmin will be dropping like flies. And because they're so cute and they're so useful, it incentivizes just keeping them alive. I don't want to see them dead. And that is where the true complexity of Pikmin starts to shine. The best part about specifically Pikmin 4 though are the segmented caverns. These are tightly designed levels that push your Dandori mastery to its limits. Pikmin 4, it's simple, it's complex, and it is filled with content. What elevates this game above everything else is its charm. If Pikmin 4 even slightly interests you, please buy it so Nintendo can make another one. And with all that said, Pikmin 4 gets a homophobic dog out of 10. Donkey Kong Country Returns, you got the Mongo Bat Chase level, the Minecart Hamster Wheel level, the Bouncing Hippo level, the Klongo Dongo level, and then they pull out the Silhouette level. I could do this with every single stage in the game. That's how full of life this game is. What makes Donkey Kong so special is everything around him. All those set pieces previously mentioned, and the music and the atmosphere, it all just makes Donkey Kong feel so alive. And on top of all that, for the controls to feel smooth as butter, oh my god, I love Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is also really challenging, something that you don't really get out of like Mario. The only downside of this game is that it's stuck on the Wii and the 3DS. It deserves to get that Switch port just like its sequel. Donkey Kong Country Returns, it gets a crystal coconut and a golden banana out of 10.
Donkey Kong! Amy farted. Oh my god.
Onward and upward.
You don't need me telling you how good Mario is. But if I were to talk about it for a bit, I'd probably talk about the levels. What makes this one so special from the rest is the wonderful gimmick. In the first level, it's really basic. Pipes rising and stuff just to tickle you. And in the second level, it makes you laugh. And I actually really like the gimmick in the second level. I think the second level, it's probably my favorite, and it's really cool, and I really like it. I just think it's very unique. The level of creativity continues for every single stage in the game. It's phenomenal. It's, dare I say, wonderful. After being so numb to the blandness in the new Soup series, seeing this game's presentations, animations, and tiny attention to details, mamma mia! This should be the gold standard for Mario going forward. The only thing holding Mario back from being the best is probably his moveset. Like, why can't I backflip? Like, why not a side flip or a long jump? Having that extra level of freedom of expression in your moveset is what would propel Mario Wonder to the top, but for now, it's just number 3. You haven't played this game yet? Go find a friend who does have it and play it together. Also, really quick, it's worth noting that from announcement to release, it was literally 4 months for this game. from announcement to release. 4 months. That's it. That's so nice. Why can't everyone do that? It makes me so mad. So good job, Mario. You get singing piranha plants out of 10.
Pizza time.
Pizza Tower is easily the best platformer I have ever played in my life. I love this game so much, I even got a shirt of it. If I buy a shirt of your game, you must have done something right. What makes Pizza Tower stand out from the rest is its movement. Its saucy, spicy movement. The game throws these mechanics all at you in the beginning, so you're gonna be floundering at first, but once you master it, oh my god, it feels perfect. Throughout these levels, you gotta collect toppings, find the secrets, find the janitor, and keep your combo up. With how good the controls feel, you're gonna be zooming through these levels. The movement and level design complement each other like a buffalo chicken slice. And the game demands that you go fast, because at the end of every level is John Pillar. After you smash through John Pillar, pizza time begins, and this is when the game gets real. You only got a couple minutes before Pizza Face wakes up to dash through that level backwards and get back to the start, in which you're then graded. And doing everything perfect, you get the coveted P rank. That is what this game is all about, baby! Wrapped up in this beautiful package is just the most outstanding art style I have ever seen in any game. Pizza Tower is just straight up terrific. Go play this one. It's like only 20 bucks. Gets a big old pizza out of 10. Full stop, bro. I think this is the best game ever made. Everywhere you look, there is something to do. You will constantly get distracted from what you wanted to do because you see something cool in the distance and then you go and do that. Breath of the Wild's whole slogan was, if you can see it, you can go there. And it had a gigundous map with 120 shrines. Shrines are unique mini dungeon puzzles littered throughout the map. So how does Tears of the Kingdom 1 up this? By shaking up the overworld, now with a grand total of 152 totally unique shrines, doubling the map by adding the depths underneath everything. And then they give you a tool to literally build with every single object in the world. And this is all running on a Nintendo Switch, by the way. They completely overhauled the weapon system with Fuse. Make your own weapons with monster parts and materials found in the world. It's genius. I think what really solidified this game as the best game of all time is that playing it for an hour feels like 10 minutes. This game got me through a 9-hour bus ride from hell. I got that personal connection. And for how mechanically rich this game is, there's no glitches. I encountered zero. I don't think that there will ever be a game as insane as Tears of the Kingdom. If you haven't played this one yet, you just hate good games, bro. That is a spicy, pristine 11 out of 10. And that's it. It's over. Finally. I worked really hard on this video. I hope you like it and watch the whole thing. That would mean a lot if you did that. And also, I really wanted to put Persona 5 as the best game I played in 2023, but I thought it'd be cheating because for the best one to not be in 2023, it'd be cheating. And I replayed it, so it was my second time. That's it.